Hello friends, welcome to Pi App Studio. This is Bubal and today I've got a new driving license from Texas, DMV. Actually, this driving license experience was very tedious one. Actually, it takes 3 months for me to get the new driving license here at Texas. Especially when I land to USA, everyone telling to me that driving license is very important in USA. Without a car, you cannot leave, kind of thing. So I've been in USA for around 4 years now. So all these 4 years I've been in USA without having any car. I use a public transportation for some time, and sometime I use a bike, which is called as bicycle here. And sometimes I used to go for a Uber. Now I decided to get a driving license. So here I like to share my experience to get the driving license in Texas. Seems like very easy the moment I start this process, but I ended up with spending around 3 months to get a driving license. So it was a very tedious process or very different experience of mine. So this video is all about that experience. In this video, I'm going to tell like how much you're gonna expected to spend to get a driving license also, plus what are the different process, and if something goes wrong like me, how to get out of that. So first, of course, you wanted to write the written test. To get a written test, I prefer to go for the National Highway Safety Administration. There's a website. Then you have to go for online course for around 6 hours. Okay. Once you complete the 6 hours course, then you would have to post it with 30 questions online test. In that, you just have to take around 70% of it. So clear margin is 78. 8, I think 70 to 75 seems like, but I'm able to clear with 99 percentage. Seems like I mistaken only one. Otherwise, I clear all the questions. Seems like it's very easy, but initially I was thinking like getting 70 out of 100 would be the very tough one. But if you look at the online portal, if you spend 6 hours honestly, then probably clearing that written test will be very easy. You can do it within a single time. So for to get a written test, I paid $29. So yeah, $29 is the one I paid for a National Highway Safety Administrator website. Then along with that, you just have to complete the impact course as well. That is around 1 hour course where this is sponsored by Texas DMV itself, where they gonna give the real time incident of different scenarios. So just a 1 hour video, you just have to watch it. Once you watch that, then they will be providing the impact certificate. That is more important to get a license. The validity of this impact certificate is around 3 months seems like. So the one written test seems like is a 1 year. The important document you're supposed to carry for driving license is your passport and SSN, and then your I-797 is valid status to prove your valid status in USA. Then you need to have a two proof like address proof. One is electricity bill, lease agreement as well. So once you submitted this information, then they will gives you have to take a photo. Then you have to pay like $11 to DMB, and also you just have to fill DL 14A form where they will ask different questions. Then you could just have to go through the I test where they will ask they ask you to read out few lines in the post, and also they ask you to read out the different colors available in the post. Those colors are red and green. Then you have to go to the desk where you just have to submit your form, then take a photo of it. And then my first appointment was not that critical. They just take I-797. My date was perfectly fit well. Like I have a valid visa until 2024. They given full length of driving license validity up to 2024 without any problems. So I got my printout. Like they usually give the printout, and then within 2 to 3 weeks you're gonna get the driving license by post. So that's a procedure. So I got my printout, then I come home by taxi. So for taxi I spend around $40, like $20 up and so $20 down. Now I need to find some driving school. The rule is that if you have a driving license, there is an adult who is supposed to be sit with you while you are driving. So that's more important. Like 21 plus adult has to be sit with you beside while you're driving the car or vehicle. So that's more important things. So I don't want to take any chance. You can ask for your friend to help you, but if they trying to help you, you have to have a good friend around you. So again, if he bring his own car, if something goes wrong, then you will be in the trouble, and you will be in the trouble. You will end up with paying more money, and everything has to be in sync. Like they have valid insurance, and if something goes wrong, you have to pay whatever the damage you made and everything. So I don't want to take any risk initially, so I went to the driving school, like a smart driving schools here. It's nearby Valley Ranch library. So I went there. They said that per class they gonna charge me around $90. I said okay. I went to three classes. So I paid around $270, and finally I decided to take the driving test on September 6th. That is Labor Day. So my plan is for Labor Day nobody gonna come out. Like I feel like there is less vehicle gonna be on the road. So when you go for the driving test, please plan to take the driving test early morning, and take it in the holidays like Saturdays or Sunday morning, so that the people won't come out early morning. So before 10 o'clock is the best time to take a driving test. So I completed my driving test on September 6th. So that's Labor Day. Once you complete your driving test, then they will give the envelope, which is very closed, and you should not allow to open that envelope. You just have directly submit to the DMV office. So which means you cannot able to see what they written inside. But they said that I passed and I scored around 80 out of 100. So which means I'm good, and so I'm going to go and get the license. So I don't want to waste much time to get a license, so I decided to go for the next day itself. So this time I was planning to go by bike. My DMV, like Lewisville DMV office was around 10 miles from my home, so I decided to go by bike. So it takes around 1.5 hours for me to reach there. Again, I went early in the morning. I reached there by 5:30, so I was in the ninth or 10th person in the line. So again, I got the fast track appointment. I managed to go there by 8:30 or 9 o'clock itself. So this time, they taken everything's went well. Like I completed my eye test again. Then I submitted my 14A documents, and they take everything. I submitted my all the same documentation whatever I carried earlier, and along with my temporary loaner permit, I submitted everything, and they taken the photo as well. So I'm very much positive that I'm gonna get my driving license today. So finally, last month after getting the, I about to pay my $11 like a fees for DMV. That's where the problem come across. She finally somehow she said that she not able to retrieve the correct expiry date of mine. Like as per my I-717, my expiry date was 2024, but she said that she can able to retrieve the driving license which is expired by 2021 October. Actually, yeah, October. I was going there by September, so she said that as per our system, she can able to see that my expiry the driving license she gonna give as expiry date is like October 2021 seems like. I said if that's the case, how they given the driver permit which is expiring by 2024. She said that there is some problem with the systems, so problem with the database seems like. So she given me the two options. One is to go with this October 2021, then you apply for the renewals, then they will process it thereafter. That's one option. Also she has given a second option, like putting this application to the save status. That is something called a save system in the DMBN, which means the save system means they will submit the request, then the request goes to there is a save mechanism or save database, then they will clarify everything, and then respond back to the DMV saying that whether I'm a lawful immigrant or not, kind of thing. So she said that she is very much sure that it's gonna be get positive and it's gonna be done within a week. So I said that as I'm pretty much positive, I said that okay, I have a valid I-717, so why should I bother about it? So I said that okay, I'll go for option number two. So I submitted the documentation, then I will come home on that day, and I waited for 1 week and 2 week and 3 week. I don't receive any response back from DMV. So I started going their website and then find some email address and drop the email to the DMV office saying that I submitted the document and all, but it went to the save status, but I didn't get any response back to the DMV. Then the DMV is replied to me that they checked this information. Actually, they didn't submit another request after the moment they submitted the request in front of me. Right after that, they didn't submit any extra request. So they just returned the copy of the information what they get on the morning where I met them. Right, so they keep sending the same copy of it saying that your lawful person was not able to verify, so you just have to call the USCIS office, then you have to make an Infopass appointment to get this to be corrected. Okay, so this is where the this is where my problems get started. So I check with my employer, and one of my HR suggests me to call the USCIS. So while calling the USCIS, you have to make sure two things. I made one mistake. Like I called USCIS and said to them this is my petition number. I have some status problem with it, and I want your help to correct it. Okay, this is what I said to the USCIS, but they said that after they getting my petition number, they said that we are not going to discuss any status of it with without a petitioner is in the call. So which means my employer is my petitioner, so they must be in the call in order to discuss about the status, and also they don't reveal the status directly to the employees. So that's a main thing. So when you make a call, your CS won't reveal any information about this. So I had a odd luck there. So I don't have any option. You just have to hang up the phone and say bye. So the next time when I reach out to my HR, he said to me that just ask for the Infopass appointment. Don't tell anything about the status and all, because you have to go to the Infopass appointment. There you just have to discuss all these issues. So make explain the issues through the phone won't help you. So you have to make an Infopass appointment. Just call them and say that you just want to make an Infopass appointment. So I get those information. Then what I did was I called them again. This time the call waiting hour was around 45 minutes. It went to around 1 hour waiting time. So that much long I waited for to get connected with the USCS this time. Then I finally get somebody speak the call and said this time I give the petition number. I said I want to make an Infopass appointment to correct some status issue with the DMV. Then they also given the, but the thing is that they are not giving the appointment straight away. They given some service item number. Then they said that somebody will call you back from the USCS, so you have to wait for it. So again, so for deadline for the call you're supposed to receive from USCIS office is anywhere between the 1 week to 30 days. So which means it may go up to 30 days. So meanwhile, I don't want to wait for this much long. So I decided to go to the LewisVille office again with that unlawful document which I received from the DMV last time. So this time I went with my friend who was supposed to get the license, who just moved here. And the moment I went there, they said that this time they don't take the eye test and all, because my application is already with them, so they don't take eye test this time. So directly they asked me to go to the interview window, and then I submitted this document. This document clearly, as this document clearly says, so your lawful presence is not verified well. The moment she see that letter, she started screaming like, yeah, this your status is not verified yet, then why you are coming here again? You just have to go to the USCIS, we can't do anything about it. She never allowed me to sit in front of the windows as well, like a interview window or interview chair as well. She's kind of urgency to push me out. Seems like there is another person who's standing there. She comes near to me, and then she said that as your status is not verified yet, you are not we are not going to give any we are not going to give you the driving license. You just have to clear this first. So go back to USCS and make a Infopass appointment. So clear all this information, then come back to us. After I then what else we could do? So okay, I said okay. Then I'll come out of the DMV. Then I just get a good doubt like. What if I go to the USCS and all this the information I got corrected? Then how the DMV knows about this update? How they gonna send me the letter again to come to this office, right? This is a valid questions. When I go and ask them, they said that the moment they correct the information in the USCS, I used to get another letter from the DMV saying that my lawful presence was verified, so that I can come back and get my driving license. That's what she said, but that's not true. Okay, until otherwise you make another request from DMB, your lawful presence will not be verified. That's a fact. But somehow that day they are not trying to make another request. So I don't want to argue them anymore because I just drained out there. My confidence very low the way they treated me. So I I just come back to my home. This was happened on September 27th. So I lose my confidence there, so I decided to not go again. So my next plan is like go to India, and when you come back, my I-94 will get updated automatically. So that time I can show that I-94 is my proof to USCS, so that they're gonna give the license on top with the proof of I-94. That's my plan. So I just stop proceeding on this there on. However, on October 80th, I get a call from the USCS about the Infopass appointment. They ask about all this informations, and you know what? They called me first time. I didn't pick it, so they just sent the voicemail saying that they're gonna call me in another 30 minutes. But they didn't call. Actually, they called around 3 hours after that. So I did receive the call from USCS, and then they said that okay, we gonna give you the appointment on tomorrow. So 19th, October 19th, I got an Infopass appointment. I went there by 8 o'clock. First, I meet one of the officer, and then she verified all my documentations, and she hear out all my problems, and she said that okay, you go and wait for another window. There is another person, another officer will call you, and he is the one can able to see the status and can tell you the exactly what will happen. So again, she redirected to me to another officer. Then another officer has called me within a 10 to 15 minutes. Then I submitted all the documentation to with him. He takes some time to verify all this informations, and he verified everything, and then he said that everything is working well from there, and all the electronic systems are communicating the right status of mine, which is 2024. So which means there is a no problem with their end, like USCSN. So but however he said that he cannot force, or he cannot direct the DMB, which is another department in USCS, to do what they're supposed to do. So there are the different department. As they pointing to the save system, there are some latency in the save systems to get updated all this expiration date and all. So he was telling to me that you are a software engineer, so you are very much aware of that how the database systems are works. Like sometimes some system will take some time to update this information. So however, as a DMB, as you have I-797, which is a most prestigious document as a non-immigration is supposed to have. So every DMB should acknowledge the document, and they should be honored to that document, so they can give you the license on basis of this specific documentation. So you do one thing, don't go to the Louisville again, because there are some people, they copy the same things from one from other. So which means if you given go again, they will copy the same sentence from one person to another person, so they don't consider your application again. So this time go to the different office, try with a different office, probably you will get the license as well. So as everything is fine from our end, probably you would have get the license for sure. So this time I don't have much confidence, because he is not giving any confirmation letter or something to show to the DMV, and DMV were very much stick with their policy, saying that without having the lawful presence letter, they are not supposed to do the process from their end. So I'm in the middle. So I waited for a few days. So finally on the end of October, I decided to give one more shot. So this time I don't want to go early in the morning. So instead, I just want to make a proper appointment. So I waited for some Monday time. This time I make an appointment on Carlton DMV. It's around 3:30 in the evening. It was on November 4, 2021. So this time also is around 30 miles from 13 miles from here. So I decided to go by bike. So I went there. It takes around 1.5 hours for me to ride the bike over there. And then I went there by 3:30, sharp 3:30, and then I waited for around 1 hour, 1 hours at 4:45. They called me for an interview. So this time I went there, and I told everything whatever's happened in the LewisVille and Infopass appointment. And the officer who sits on the DMV is like, I don't understand what you are saying. He also is telling me the same story, like we already verified your status on August itself. It's giving us unlawful status, so we cannot do anything without this process to be continued. Like, you have to clear this process. Your lawful presence has to be verified with the SAVE system. Until otherwise, we cannot proceed further. But tell to them, like, I went to the USCIS and they said that their system is working fine. He again replied to me that so see, understand, USCIS is a different department. We are the different department. We are not gonna they cannot tell us like what we supposed to do. We have some process. We supposed to follow this one. And I also said to them, yes, both are different. I agree, both of you, the different people, but this is what they said to me, because your documentation, like unlawful verifying document, it clearly says that they want me to make an Infopass appointment to correct this one. I just followed whatever the DMB suggests to me, but this is what they said to me. I'm just telling to you back, but he's still saying that I don't understand what you're trying to say. We cannot do anything about it, kind of thing. So finally, I said that, okay, can you make another request? Like they have the system, right? They're making they're making the request to the SAVE system, right, to verify our status. So just asked them to, can you make another request for me this now, right now? This happened. The past request was happened in August, right? So I believe they would have updated my status now. So can you make another request? So finally he said that I don't understand, why should I make another request, because it's already been done there. It's already been showing you your lawful status was not verified. Why should I make another? I said, please make another request to verify whether the status got updated or not. Then somehow he's agreed to make another request. Then he made the request. Boom! It got verified now. Uh, my lawful status was verified successfully by the SAVE system. Now he was telling to me that I don't know what was happened. I don't know why Louisville people not able to get the status. Now it's working fine. Everything is good. You will get the license for sure. And then he was asking me to give me the envelope. Like, envelope is nothing but the result. Like, do you remember last time I went through my driving license result? I submitted that envelope with Louisville. they taken the envelope, but they didn't give it back to me. They said that we are not going to give this result back to you. So next time, once your lawful pass status is verified, you just come with us, then we'll give you the license as it is. That's what I told to him. But he was telling to me that they are supposed to give the envelope back to you after scanning it. I don't understand what is happening. He started telling the same story. So I was in the mood like whether they're gonna give me the license or not. I was in like a never known scenario. Like I really don't know what gonna be happen. Then he just scanned. He just reviewed a lot of documentations. Like it takes around 10 to 15 minutes. He was keep saying that I don't understand, but he keep doing some work here and there. Like finally he just asked me to provide the passport as well. I gave the passport, but he didn't look at the passport because he has all the information, and also filled the D14 documentation again, but he said that your application is already with us, so you don't have to give this application again. Then finally he said that okay, everything is fine. I'm gonna give you the license. Then he gave me the printout, license printout. Immediately, and then I signed it, and then he taken me the old uh, learner permit, and then he just cut it on the top. I think it's cut it on the top right corner, and returned me the old license because you are not allowed to have the two licenses at the same time. And then he asked me to verify all the informations. I said everything is perfectly fine. You know what, I forgot to tell you one thing. When I get my driving license, driving permit in Louisville the first time, they are not properly entered my birth date. They given different birth date. Somehow I managed to find out when I verified the document. And then when I tell to them like my date of birth is not right, she said that she can correct it with the system. So when I receive the card, that will be having the valid date of birth, but the card she give it to me, like the printout she give it to me, it still has a old date of birth. But somehow I accepted it and I just come out. So this time he asked me to verify everything. I said everything is okay. Then finally, you know what we did? He said go, and I also said thank you so much. Then I come out of this office. So it was like around 3 whole months it takes me to get a driving license. So it's very tedious process. So it's all about the luck. If some officer can knows how to retrieve the correct information from the correct database, if somebody doesn't know how to do it, then you will be in the trouble. So I hope this video will be helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching the video. Bye bye.